morning. Hi, everyone. This is Judy with Back to Homesteading Off Grid, and we're going to do a garden update this morning. We'll start right here with our first beds and show you folks what's going on out here. All right, we're going to get started right here on our first refrigerator bed. The herbs are still doing really well. I just harvested a whole bunch, and I'll harvest a little bit more here. The basil's about ready to be done, but the parsley's still going crazy. The strawberry's still alive, so's the rosemary. All this is going to get cleaned out, and the strawberries are going to be planted directly in here because this is what I'm going to make my strawberry bed. This is the first strawberry that has ever lived long enough to actually overwinter. We've gotten 8 or 10 strawberries off of that so far, so they've been delicious. And the Hopi tobacco is doing all right. I'm still waiting for them to start turning their leaves yellow, but they should be starting here pretty soon, so we can start harvesting and learning how to cure that out. The Swiss chard is doing amazing. It's going to live through the winter. It's going to be just fine. I've got 2 or 3 other plants of this, but it's just going crazy over here. It was looking a little peaked, about a month ago, so I got a bucket of, not a bucket full of urine, but some human urine in a bucket and some swamp water, and I poured it all on it and doused it real good, and it has absolutely gone crazy. I mean, look at the rich green on these leaves. And like I said, this will keep us fed and healthy and well over winter because that's just green food. And along with that, I've got beets over here and a little more Swiss chard. This is one kind of beet that's called the cylindrias, and they're great for just about everything. Then we've got row 1 is ready to go for planting. This is where we're going to put the garlic and the onions this year. And other than that, I've still got some potted plants here. The dahlias are about done. They have to freeze back, and the freezing causes them to die back and make their tubers so that I can save the tubers and plant them again next year. Tomatoes are doing great. We've got the mint is doing fine, and we're just off we go with our garden.
A few moments later.
Okay, we're back again, and hopefully the first part took. We've got the raspberries are growing down there. This is where the raspberries are going to be in the future. This is going to be my future raspberry bed. The zucchini ruspinante is still yellowing out and maturing. I'm collecting tomatillos and making salsa, which has turned out wonderfully. Peach trees getting ready to go dormant because, of course, the frosts are coming and stuff like that. We've had a couple of frosts, but everything's been covered up. As you can see, I've got blankets all over the place in various different areas because things are getting covered up at night, so that even though it doesn't frost, they'll have some protection and they're much happier. The tobacco, this cherry tomato is still putting on just fine. Mom's marigolds are still as beautiful as ever. Dahlias are starting to go. Now, get this, people. This is crazy. I got some cabbages coming on. But see these taters? Let me show you something. Where was it? There it is. People, that's a potato. I may have found the success of growing potatoes here in our region and in our area. Now these got hit by the frost, but we're hopeful that they'll still put on potatoes because I'm starting to protect them at night. That's another Hopi tobacco. And this is another potato up here growing in this bed, and it has not really been touched by the frost much. Maybe the other day, but even this one's got taters down here. See that tater? I'm putting my potatoes in August. They'll go in the first part of August, and then I'm going to next year do the same thing. I'm going to put other than the spring, I'm sorry. In the spring, I'm going to do basically the same thing, but I'm going to put them in in February, the 1st of February, and then protect them from the frosts and see if we can get an early harvest. And we might actually get potatoes. I've got lettuces coming, actually have carrots going. Hardest things in the world to get sprouted are those little carrots. More beets. The beans are starting to dry out, and you can see they made a lot of beans this year. We ate green beans, 4 or 5 times, and then I'm letting them all mature out, and we're doing great. And the Jerusalem artichokes are dying back and doing just fine. I dug up some of the small ones over here the other night, and they were just little things like that. They weren't very big, but then I didn't really do anything, even water much on that area. So anyway, that's the garden update, and we're looking forward to closing it down the rest of the way and moving on to what we're going to do next year. I also want to show you this. This is where we're putting all of that sorghum. I call this my chop and drop pile. And this is where we're putting all the sorghum leavings after I boil it. And you should see the dirt that I'm getting down here. It's breaking down nicely and everything. And so that's my chop and drop pile. And that pile right there, as I dig up and put things to bed, I will be digging down and throwing a mess of that down into the bottom of each one of my rows to feed the worms over the winter, to give them something to eat and give us more composting material. That seemed to work last year. It's going to work this year. And building soil is just what we have to do out here. As you can see, we have sand. We don't have soil, but we have soil out here in these beds. Anyway, thanks for joining us on our journey, because you know what? Without you guys, we wouldn't be making these videos and stuff, and we hope that we're sharing this with you and you're able to learn and you're able to see and you're able to realize that if you want a homestead, you better get out there and get it done now. You are not going to survive if you try to leave the cities and come out to your homestead and nothing is done. That's unfortunate, but that's a fact and it's true. We were just talking this morning about how we really don't get a lot of production out of our garden just yet. We're still working on that and learning as we go. But if we had to depend on this right from year one, yeah, we would have been starved to death long ago, because we had too much to learn, too much to do. And it's okay to have those things to learn and to do, but just remember, if you don't have your boots, if your boots don't get dirty, you really don't know what you're doing. Theory is one thing. Looking at things on videos and YouTubes is another thing. But you gotta actually get out here and get your boots dirty, get your hands dirty. Okay? That's what makes you successful. And it takes a while to be successful. It's not instantaneous. It takes a lot of work. But thank you all so much for coming on our journey. We do appreciate every one of you. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye.